Good morning. It is July 29th. And again, today's devotion is taken from Psalm 119. And the title for today's devotion is It's All About God's Word. Well, of course it is. I mean, this whole Psalm 119, the longest chapter in the Bible, is all about God's Word. As I said yesterday in the devotion, David takes the letters of the Hebrew alphabet and he begins every section with one of those letters, and every one of them is an aspect of God's Word. In Psalm 119, verses 11 through 13, he says, "I've hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. Praise be to you, O Lord. Teach me your decrees. With my lips I recount all the laws that come from your mouth." And I just want to focus on two things. First is this idea of hiding God's word in our hearts. He doesn't mean to hide it like back somewhere where it can't be used, locked up, hidden, buried. He's talking about the fact that we actually are arming ourselves, that we are taking God's word and not keeping it outside of us like a book, but we're bringing the truths of that word into our very existence, into our very being, so that we might not sin against him. So that basically that word might live in our hearts and in our minds and throughout our lives to make a difference, so that we might have some victories and we might serve him in his kingdom. And that leads us to the second point. In the second point, he says that I want to have the desire to speak your words to a world around me. Give me the ability to proclaim it. You know, it is important that we speak God's truths, even for ourselves. I mean, sometimes it is good for us just to speak them out loud, just to be reminded that there are truths that we sometimes lose sight of because of the craziness of this life, because of the trials and sufferings that we might be experiencing, but they don't diminish those truths, and we have to speak them out loud so that our ears hear them, so that our soul rehears them again. But obviously, we also speak them out so that we might share them with a world that so desperately needs to hear those truths. Well, I encourage you to read the devotion that's attached. I pray that it is a blessing to you, and have a firmly rooted day.